Alita, Battle Angel, stars Rosa Salazar as Alita, also starring Christoph Waltz, Jennifer Connelly, and Mahershala Ali, I think his name is. I can't pronounce it properly, but it's been produced by James Cameron, and he's teamed up with director Robert Rodriguez to bring this film to life. And this film has been, the idea for this film has been around for years and years, decades in fact. I'd like to think as far back as when James Cameron made True Lies. After that, it was like thinking of doing this movie. Obviously, the technology, the effects, wasn't up to scratch at that time. But he'd always planned on doing this movie, and then he made Titanic, and then he had a long hiatus. But then he was still planning on doing this movie. And then obviously he did Avatar in 2009, and then ever since then he's just been planning Avatar films, for the next decade and a half, 2 decades. There's going to be like 5 more Avatar films or something daft. So obviously, while he's been doing this, the idea for a Battle Angel movie has still been there, but he's had to get out. So he's drafted in Robert Rodriguez to make the film. Now, I'm a pretty big fan of James Cameron. I like the majority of his films. Aliens, I love it. Terminator 2, fantastic. The Abyss, yeah, I like it. True Lies, brilliant. Titanic, I'm not a fan of that, but I can see, the brilliant filmmaking of the movie. I'm just not a fan of the story. Avatar, loved it at the time, thought it was a fantastic, one of the best 3D movies I've ever seen in 3D at the cinema. But yeah, I've not really seen it since. So I was kind of looking forward to, his take on Battle Angel Alita. I'm calling it that because that's what it's originally called, and there's a weird reason why they've changed the names around in this. But yeah, when I heard the news that Robert Rodriguez was involved, I thought, well, he's a bit of an hit and miss director. I do like him. I like his Desperado, I like his Sin City films, but then is it hit or miss? I'm not a fan of his Spy Kids, but the effects and that, he's worked with that, so that works. Once Upon a Time in Mexico is okay. From Dusk Till Dawn is a brilliant film. The Faculty, brilliant film. So come to think of it, I do like most of his films, to be honest, to say that he's a hit and miss director. Probably just the Spy Kids movies. But yeah, so I was interested when he came on board to see what his take were like. I thought, oh, that might be good, Robert Rodriguez teaming up with James Cameron as producer, so, could come up with a fantastic film here. Now, the film is, I did enjoy it for the most part, but there was things I didn't like, and I get around to those first, but first up, Battle Angel Alita is based off a manga, and I think there was an animated movie made in the 80s or 90s. I never ever saw the animated movie, but I did see a trailer because I had the Akira on VHS in the 90s, and that was a trailer at the start, and it always intrigued me because it was a pretty long trailer, and it showed the trailers for these manga movies. They showed a long scene and then a lot of quick cuts of a scene towards the end of the trailer, and it always intrigued me. I always thought that looks interesting, but I never got around to seeing the anime. But yeah, I think there's 9 manga books in total. I might be wrong on that, so you might want to correct me in the comment section. But this movie covers the first 4. It takes storylines from each, the origin, the sport. I can't remember what the sport's called, but there's a sport in it, which it's kind of like, rollerball and things like that. That's from book 4, and yeah, it's just, in my opinion, it crams too much into the movie. It should have just focused on one of the books, then book 2, book 3. But the movie does kind of end setting up sequels, hoping that there's going to be a franchise, and there could possibly be a franchise, because it was enjoyable, but it could have been better in my opinion. Christoph Waltz is okay. It can be kind of cartoonish in a way. Jennifer Connelly is pretty boring, to be honest, and then something happens. I'm not going to spoil it. Something happens with her character, and I'm like, is that her character? Is that... I kind of forgot it had happened to her, and then after the film I was like, oh yeah, that happened to her character. That was weird. I can't pronounce his name. Maralisha Ali, who's also in Green Book. He's good, but I've seen him in better roles. So really, the standout character is Alita, as it should be really. She's the main character. Rosa Salazar is good. But the thing about the character is, I'm not sure that... I know she's meant to be a cyborg, you know, and against the human characters she's meant to look different, but the big eyes that she's got, sometimes it put me off in scenes, because you could tell that the character was a CGI character. And I know why they did that, you know, it's an homage to the anime, manga, Japanese style drawings and stuff, like where they do big eyes. But yeah, you know, all in all, the film could have been better. She's a good female hero. The movie itself looks absolutely gorgeous. The special effects are brilliant, even though majority of the characters are like cyborgs, or they're like just human heads stuck on CGI bodies. Ed Skrein, I think his name is, who was the villain in Deadpool. He's in it as sort of a semi-villain in this, but again, it's like just his face, you know, kind of like how Robocop looks when he's got his helmet off. It's just his face and then a CGI body, and it kind of looked slightly off because you knew that it was CGI, whereas something like in Robocop, it was all practical and it worked. That kind of put me off as well. Even, you know, no matter how good the effects was, everything just seemed to be an effect world. Everything was, you know, done in a studio green screen style. And those sort of films kind of put me off in a way. I do enjoy them, but I do prefer practical stuff in a lot of my movies. But yeah, the fight scenes were really good. The characters' fight scenes, you know, the character itself of Alita was brilliant. And I would actually like to see more movies, you know, an actual franchise of this character. It's just a shame that they, you know, used the first 4 books. It's like, why couldn't you just use book 1, or maybe just, you know, book 1 and 2 in the first film, and then book 3 and 4 in the second, things like that, if it is like 9 or 10 mangas. But yeah, all in all, I had an enjoyable time watching this movie. It wasn't brilliant, but it wasn't bad either. It was, you know, it was in the middle ground. So I'm going to give this a rating of B. Yeah, let me know down below, guys, what do you think of Alita Battle Angel? Oh, I will just clear one thing up. It is called Alita Battle Angel, even though the original manga is called Battle Angel Alita. This is called Alita Battle Angel because the producer decided to call it Alita, because he's like, all James Cameron's movies either start with A or T. Aliens, Terminator, Terminator 2, True Lies, The Abyss, Avatar, Titanic, Alita, even though he doesn't direct it. So that's that silly reason, really. In my opinion, it flows off the tongue better being called Battle Angel Alita rather than Alita Stop Battle Angel. But anyway, that's just a minor gripe of mine. But yeah, let me know in the comment section down below, guys, what do you think of this movie? Would you like to see a franchise of this character? Did you read the mangas? Did you watch the original anime? Let me know what you think of those. Like and share my channel, guys, and remember, stay heroic.